Guys, this is now my fifth time attempting this video. The first few times Rookie interrupted. The next time I realized that I had a nice nasty glare from the blinds next to me here, so I moved my laptop just so. I've got 5 cards to show you. These first 3 are ones that I really just want to try and knock out. The cards that have been attainable, but I just really haven't focused on grabbing them. This is now the 5th time I'm showing this card in description. From 2010 Topps Tribute. Nice design on this card. I have some other color variations as well. This one's numbered to 99. You can see in the top corner there. Nice card. Let's take a look at this one from 2001 Topps Tribute. This is the first back card that Greenberg had released. 2001 also had some Fleer issues, but this is the first Topps issue that he had. This is the variation that has the other shaped stencil. The other one that I have is of sort of like a cutout of the number 5, which is commemorating his retired jersey number by the Tigers. Nice card here. This next one is from 2003 Flair Greats. This is the unnumbered version here. I know these are not very exciting at all, but again, like I said, these are things that I just needed to grab for completion sense and not really for quality maybe. They're nice cards, don't get me wrong, but they're not anything to jump out of bed for. This one is unnumbered. The other version I have has the gold hollow foil is numbered to 100. This next one, I can finally get to this. I was really happy to pick up this card. This is from 1979 TCMA, and I had to sort of research what was going on with this one because I was not really familiar with much of TCMA or Renata Galasso Incorporated, which apparently it was an independent. Renata Galasso is actually a person, and she was a businesswoman back in the 70s that kind of was like the first person to innovate and to release products as like a repack. And her first product came out in like JCPenney in like 1975 or something. But she claimed to be the world's largest hobby card dealer, and they were located in Brooklyn, New York, which I thought was pretty funny. This card is a representation of what is also an 8x10 of Lou Gehrig, Joe Cronin, Bill Dickey, Joe DiMaggio, Charlie Gehringer, Jimmy Foxx, and Hank Greenberg. Up for auction, I believe it's Memory Lane or SCP. There is an 8x10 that is signed by Joe Cronin, Bill Dickey, DiMaggio, Gehringer, and Hank Greenberg. I have the card version that is signed by Charlie Gehringer and Hank Greenberg. I can turn it this way. So nope, this way. So y'all can see that too. Really cool card, and I like the size of the signatures here. They don't overpower the picture here, and they're just really nicely scaled. Unfortunately, the rest of the subjects on this card are deceased, so I wouldn't be able to get the rest of these signed. But it's really very nice, and I was actually just offered, or I just came into knowledge of a gentleman that has an 8x10 that's signed by Cronin, DiMaggio, Gehringer, and Greenberg, which is not a bad piece. But I like this card a lot, and I shared it on the Freedom Cardboard message board, and a member there said that he didn't realize how tall Hank was. And if you can really see, he kind of towers over everybody else. He was listed at 6'4", which now I think is still way above average height. But I think back then it was really considered that he was a giant, which he was. And I think now if he were to come on the stage in baseball, he'd be, I would say sort of in the mid, like, there are pitchers that are above 6'5", but not a lot of position players are really that tall. So he was really a giant amongst men. especially when you look at him next to Jimmy Fox. Anyway, I love this card, and I was really able to get this for quite the good deal on eBay. Very happy to grab this one. This next card, I'll have to unbox here for you. A little bit of a backstory on this. I have only really seen, wow, that's really cool. Only really seen 1 to 2 of these in my time collecting. Sorry if this is loud. This is wrapped in bubble tape, or bubble wrap. Okay, maybe this is not coming off. Scissors here? Sorry, I didn't anticipate that. So once I show you the card, I'll tell you a little bit about it. I had to do some research on it and really learn what this one was all about after I purchased it. Very, very cool. Wow. Beautiful card. Alright, so let me just show it. This is 1964, what's this set called? I'm the worst. Topps Rookie. This is from their annual Topps Rookie Banquet, where they highlight the baseball's best rookies from each year. In years prior, Topps did some programs or brochures for that night. Well, in '64, they decided to issue cards as some sort of program for the evening. So this card number 4 features an honorary election committee that helped choose these great rookies. The most coveted card of this set is a Pete Rose rookie card. That card routinely sells for upwards of $3,000 to $4,000, which is quite significant, I think, for a rookie card. This was only given was issued. Sorry, I'm doing a terrible job describing this. Is issued as a 35 card set. It was only issued to people who attended the banquet. So if you can imagine really how limited these were, they're really quite fantastic. It's sort of like postcard size. It's like 3.5 probably by 5, I would say. On the card here we have 7 people that were part of this honorary election committee, including Tim Cohane, which was a sports editor of Look magazine, Frank Frisch, Baseball Hall of Famer. Here, I'll show you here. I can try and read them. Frankie Frisch is on the other side of Greenberg, who's on the phone in this picture. David Grody, who's a PR director for the National League. Sid James is a publisher for Sports Illustrated. Bill McPhail at the bottom there is president for CBS Sports. And Carl Lindemann, who's a vice president for Sports and NBC during the time. So it's a really, really interesting card. And I find this set very interesting because there really must not be a lot of sets around. If you think about the average person, when you go to an event, a lot of people don't save the program or the paraphernalia that they are handed at the event. So people really had to preserve this in such a way. And this is graded, by the way, PSA near mint 8. This is one of 6 PSA graded cards, and my buddy, of course, Michael Shane, when I showed him this card, it came up on eBay. I said, this is unbelievably rare. Like I said, I had only really seen a few of these come up in my years of collecting Hank Greenberg. I've really seen more of these at card shows, but I haven't seen this exact card. I've seen just others from the set. I told him that this came up and it's unbelievably rare, and while he was researching, he found a card like this that was graded PSA 9 in another picture with a card that featured Jackie Robinson. So he got in contact with the seller. I'll let him tell you the story anyway. He hasn't shared that one yet. So I won't spoil it, really, but I kind of already have. I apologize. But anyway, I really like this card. It's really very cool. Here's a close-up of Greenberg there on the phone with his nice comb over. So I'll definitely be crossing this over to SGC, and I think it will look very, very nice in their in their slab. I like how Carl Lindman is just like literally a floating head. It's pretty funny. The rest of these are kind of just, here, pose and I'll take a picture of you. And then Greenberg's in action on the phone because he's a businessman. Anyway, really, really, really happy to finally get this one checked off. It's really very, very nice card, and very happy to grab it. I have a couple of smaller things coming in that I'll share, probably when I have more stuff to share. I'm always busy looking for things to pick up, but as you know, Greenberg just doesn't have the amount of cards and content that other people have, or other players have, so my mail days are fewer and far between, and I sort of like to post things in bulk and not just waste minutes of your time looking at 1 or 2 cards, unless it's special. Anyway, thanks guys for listening. I'm sorry it took so long to show 5 cards, but I'm really glad that you stuck around and watched. Anyway, until next time guys, thank you.